Hello friends. Last time we saw the great vowels. Middle English, there were 7 great vowels. You remember that? I told you. And I said that sound changes, about sound changes we were talking. And also we saw that these great vowels, they changed their pronunciation. And that is what is meant by shift. You remember first consonant shift, Grimm's law. I have taken 3 lectures on Grimm's law. Those interested can go through that. That is consonant shift. Consonants usually don't change their position and their pronunciation. Consonants, what happens to consonants is they disappear. That's the thing. In the sense that very often I give the example of satisfactory. See that. Then plumber is plumber, and tomb is tomb, and debit, we don't say no. We say debt, be silent, and so on. Knife, knife, we don't say knife, and so on. So that is about consonants. But remember when the Indo-European, the comparative study of Indo-European and Germanic languages, we saw the change of a series of changes that took place in the consonant sounds, and that we call first consonant shift, or you call Grimm's law, because it was Grimm who pointed out, Jacob Grimm who pointed out these changes. Now vowels, change of quality and quantity. Quantity is length and quality is the pronunciation, the sound. Now Middle English, I have already told you, there were 7 long vowels. That is, we have first one EE, written like this, EE, see that, EE, and this something like this. Something, no? Books, not something like this. Books show like that. Understand? Then next one is, this is the sound, and the third is A, see? Third is written like this, A, slight difference. And the fourth is A. This is also written like this. In some books you will find this. Both ways you can see A, and this is length and diacritic. Number 5 is, we have seen, that is O, written like this. This is a sound O, and 6 is O. And you will ask me, sir, what is this? You are always saying O like this. Almost the same, you are talking like this. See, that's the pronunciation, no? Then you can say like this, O, right? Yes, O, and the last vowel is U. This is how you have got long vowels. You have 7 vowels like this. 7 vowels. So you have, here also there is change. You have to change. You have to put it in this way now, not the phonetic script. Yes. That's okay. Now it's okay. Right? Yes. Now it's okay. So these are the Middle English vowels. Now what happened to this Middle English vowels? I told you. What happened? Gradually. That is, the changes began to appear sometime in 15th century, continued through 17th and middle of 18th century. See that? So you can see the time, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, middle of 18th. So the changes that took place, or the changes that happened, you can say, to the Middle English long vowels during this long period of time. Understand? I am going to present it before you with examples and the final result also. The A.C. Bow, Albert C. Bow himself, in the discussion of this great vowel shift means change the pronunciation. He says, it took years. So if those who are interested in minute details of this, there are books specially devoted for this. And Albert C. Bow says, I invite you to read such books. And then he gives it this in 2.5 pages. So there ought to be some amount of compression. As a result of ought to be some slight confusion when we are studying this area of sound changes. Confusion could arise. As far as possible, see, and let us together try to understand this without much confusion. So already we have seen there are seven long vowels. Now what happened to this? And how are we going to know this? What happened to this is very simple to say. See, imagine like this. You have got, this is one, this is another, second, this is, see. How 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles are. So now, what happened is, you number also 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the vowels will be 1, then 2, 3, 4. That is 4. And now vowels. Yes, 4 vowels. Now what happens? These are front vowels. Front means you use the front of the tongue, raise the front of the tongue. So these front vowels were pronounced by raising of the tongue, more raising of the tongue against. Not 15th century up to 18th century, middle of 18th century. So the raising of the tongue was gradual. Gradually came to be pronounced, this is the word, gradually came to be pronounced with the raising of the tongue, elevation of the tongue and closing of the mouth. Understand? Took years. And then what happened is, as a result of this, the first vowel here, became a diphthong. So this is what happened. Diphthong is I. It became a diphthong. So this is not here. Gone. Because this vowel has become a diphthong. So it is not here. So what happens? There should be a vowel like this now. So what happened? Second vowel took the place of the first vowel. So this vowel, second vowel, this became E. Understand? Well, here you don't have the vowel. So this became E. See? And then what about the third vowel? Third vowel took the place of 2. So this became, are you following me? Yes. So 2 became 1 and 3 became 2. Then naturally 4 became 3. 4 became 3. 4 became 3. That is this one. This is what happened. Did you see? Did you see that? First one became a diphthong. Gone. It is not here. So what happened is, Second took the position of the first, that is E. Third took the position of 2. Fourth took the position of 3. Now what happened to 4? That we will see later. How will you show this? This can be shown by comparing the pronunciation of Middle English pronunciation and the Modern English pronunciation. Middle English pronunciation is represented by Chaucer and Modern English pronunciation is represented by Shakespeare. Now we take 4 words, then you will understand that. The four words are Chaucer here, you see, Chaucer here, and Shakespeare here. You are following now? This is Middle English. Middle English pronunciation of the long vowels. This is Modern English pronunciation of the long vowels. To illustrate this we take Chaucer's time, the word thief, just pronounced like this. Thief. In Shakespeare's time it became 5. And the word is 5. Spelling is 5. Did you see the difference? What in Middle English, Chaucer's time, E, that became I. That's what we said. First vowel became a diphthong. And this is illustrated like this. Then what happens next is Chaucer's time, mead, you know, mead. So that is pronounced in Chaucer's time as mad. Finally was pronounced during Chaucer's time. That's why, you know, smaller fowl make and melody. Small fowls makes melody. The April is the when the April with the sure mad. So in Shakespeare's time it became mead. See that? The word is mead. MWD. So what happened is, see here, second position, second became first. So that mad became mead. This is second, E, mead. This position is taken. Now this is not here because this has become E. So then what happens is next word is clan. 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 And that is in Shakespeare's time it is pronounced as this word. That is clan. Clan. This clan was pronounced like lane, L-A-N-E, lane. So clan. So what happened is, the third vowel moved to the second position. So now this is not here. Clan. Later on it became clean. Our present pronunciation is clean. So clan became clean. Clean. This the word is clean. But the pronunciation Shakespeare was clan. Clan. So now what happens is, fourth one, name. Name. Name means name. See? So what happens? This shifted to here. Can you see this? Now fourth is not here, only 3. And that is name. That is Middle English pronunciation. Name. It is here, we have written it here, but now it is not. And this A became name. Name. But the spelling N-A. Spelling is A. So you understand that. So what happened is, second took position of the first, the first became a diphthong, vacancy, it is filled by the second, vacancy, filled by the third, vacancy, filled with 4. And then you have got examples like this. Middle English. E, I. A, E. A, A. I told you this did not happen overnight. So when I say A, E, O, like that, you will think, oh, what is only confusion. But look at this, what I have done here, and you will understand. Shift means change. So the shift I have already shown you. And the correct pronunciation, how exactly these long vowels were pronounced in 15th century, 16th century, 17th century, middle of 18th century, etc., we don't know. It is our conjecture. But for our purpose, we can illustrate it like this. I think that much is clear to you. How the front vowel shifted. Okay? You want me to explain? Once again, if I explain, you will be confused. You will get confused. So better one explanation is enough. You have got example. E, I, and then changes. Alright. There we go. So we have come up to this four vowels. And now we move on to the next. Now we have got 5, 6, and 7. Same as Shakespeare. Isn't it? So you have a Chaucer here. Chaucer is a representative of Middle English pronunciation. Now you have what? Oo. See, you have got oo. Alright? Let's come. 1, 2, 3. Alright? You have 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 we have already done. Or put it like this. Numbering should go like this. Then only you will understand. 5, 6, 7. Alright. So 7th vowel we know. That is oo. 6th vowel is this is. And 5th vowel is that is. So this is how it is. Now what happened? As it happened to the first vowel, 7th vowel was the reason elevation of the tongue and closing of the mouth. The reason. Then the 7th vowel, this became a diphthong. Ow. Ow. Naturally what will happen? So this is not here. Then the example is Chaucer it was doon and Shakespeare it is down. See that? Oo became ow. Understand? And now what happened? Now here you don't have 7 is not here. Because it has become what? Diphthong. So the position of the 7 will be taken by 6. Isn't it? Yes. Then it becomes the next word that is we can say. See the next word is, say you have this word rot. Rot. See, rot. Rot. And that is root. So what happened? 6th has taken the position of 7. So just move to this. Don't get confused. 6th. 6th is moved. So now here is now 6 root. So the root, that is the word, root. The word, this is down, D-O-W-N, and this is root, R-W-T, root. See that? So what has happened is 6 has taken the position of 7. Now what is left? 5th. 5th has to move to 6th. Isn't it? It has to move to 6th. So the example is got, that is got, G-O-A-T, G-O-A-T, that is Chaucer's pronunciation. And then when it comes to Shakespeare, that is normal here. 5 had taken the position of 6 and it is got, that is G-O-A-T. So this is what happened. 6th, 7th became a diphthong. Then 6 took the position of 7. So rot became root. Then 5 took the position of 6. And so got became got. Did you get that point? So there is shift. Now what happens? Did you notice? 2 vowels disappear. 7 minus 2. That means how many we have? 5. And this is what we say, A-E-I-O-U. So you will ask me immediately, sir, where is the A? The letter A. See, we have seen here, Name, name, N-A-M-E, that is the spelling. So this is spelling. This is letters, vowel letters. Right from the very beginning I have been telling you, don't confuse vowel letters with the vowel sounds. We have 20 vowel sounds, but there are only 5 vowel letters. I think it is, shift is clear now, because 5 is not here. Because 7 has become diphthong. And in the front vowels, these are back vowels, in the front vowels we saw, 4 is not there. Why? Because first one has become a diphthong. So thus you have 5. Now you try to understand it and then still if you have difficulty, please let me know. I will explain it again. So the point is here, simple. It's simple. Without all this, without these descriptions, etc., you can see the first 4 vowels, and this became a diphthong. So you have got first, second, third, fourth. So what happened is, then this became second, this became third, and this became fourth. This is empty. This is diphthong. Same here in this case, you have 1, 2, 3. This became out. 7, 6, 5. So what happened? 6. This moved to 6 and 5 moved to 6 moved to 7 and 5 moved to 6. And this is empty. This is what happened. This is I. Simple. The simple way of explaining. Now what happened is that spelling was fixed much earlier to Greek vowel shift. So the pronunciation changed but the spelling did not change. Therefore what happens? You have got this, that the unorthodox use of vowel symbols in English. For example, you say, what is meant by unorthodox use of vowel symbols in English? That is, one vowel letter stands for more than 2 or even 3, 4, 5 sounds. One vowel letter. That is unorthodox use of vowel sounds. Vowel letters. Unorthodox use of vowels. For one thing, the spelling, the pronunciation changed. That's one reason. Pronunciation changed. Pronunciation changed. But spelling remained the same. Spelling remained the same. Example, very good example is knife. See that? Pronunciation changed, but the spelling remains the same. K is silent. In this case also. So we have got unorthodox use of, means one vowel letter stands for many sounds. One vowel letter more than one sound. For example, take A. It stands for A, name. O, cord, fold. Isn't it? Then EA, EE, yes, EA, eat, eat, means eat, and apple, APPLE, but the sound is this, apple. It was an apple, but apple. See how different. Listen. And then you can see others. Egg, E, spelling, egg, get. Then EAT, E-A-T, eat, see that, eat. Then you have got a prayers, pretty, P-R-E-T-T-Y. So here you have got E, here you have got a E, pretty, pretty, like that. So this is what is meant by unorthodox use of vowel letters. This is because of the great vowel shift. I hope you have understood. See, few things you have to keep in your mind. Simple. Middle English there are 7 vowels. Then modern English you have only 5 vowels. Reason, first and 7th vowels became diphthongs. The reason for that is lifting of the tongue and closing of the mouth. First became a diphthong, I. 7th became a diphthong, O. So between the remaining vowels there were some adjustments had to be made. And those adjustments can be shown by comparing Chaucer's pronunciation and Shakespeare's pronunciation. When you compare that, you will find there are only 5 vowels or 5 vowel letters. And these vowel letters have to do the work of 20 vowel sounds. That is what is meant by saying unorthodox use of vowel letters. Understand? Great vowel shift. Before the great vowel shift, spelling was fixed. So, although the great vowels changed their pronunciation, the spellings did not change. That's 7 or 6 sentences, and then write down the symbols. One side you write down Chaucer's pronunciation, other side you write down Shakespeare's pronunciation. A comparative study will tell you that there were changes in the pronunciation of long vowels took place. Great vowel means long vowels took place as English moved from Middle English to Modern English period. Sound changes. So the greatest sound change you can say that took place in Middle English, or the sound changes that had long-lasting effect that took place in Middle English is the Great Vowel Shift. And it took centuries. Therefore, explaining this in 20 minutes class or 30 minutes class could raise problems of clarification, or you may have doubts, or you may have, there is some confusion. It is natural. And a teacher and your professor and a textbook like A.C. Bow will definitely clarify these things. I have introduced this to you. If you have any problem, try to contact me. I will definitely give explanation. I hope that you are satisfied with my explanation and you are happy with it. With this optimistic note, goodbye, have a nice time, enjoy your life.